So you can tell just by looking at the face of it, that's an 1/8 of an inch thick, this is 1/16 of an inch thick. And we're looking at the width. There's our 3/8, there's our 1/2 inch. This right here is a 1/4 inch. When you're looking at them all side by side, you can tell. But this particular glass frame, which is an aluminum PVC glass frame, we want 3/8 width. We got it right here. A little roll like this. Yeah. I just use those. I'll try to use it up on the top and bottom. What you want to do is you want to do the top and bottom. In this case, it is for this particular door. This is the bottom. That's the top. That's how we're gonna have it set up. And you want to do them first. So we're gonna tape just a hair back from that edge, like a 1/16 or so, 32nd to a 1/16 back from that edge. And I kind of like, with this hand, I almost set it down in a nice straight line, then push it down with this one as I follow. This is my left hand. Alright, I did it. The reason being for us doing it that way, so when we're buttoning this in like that, this is what's going to be our second, how we come into it. When water hits this glass and it's driving down the glass, if this seam right here is the other way, like this way, the water, it almost forms an eave trough and it's more likely to leak the water to come in. So if the water is going to go this way horizontally, it's going to go that way less likely, okay? So I'll do this right, and we'll do all the tops and bottoms first. We're using black tape on this one. If it was white, it would be white tape around this outside so that you don't see like a black line around it on a white board. You might find, so when there's something like this, let's say the paint doesn't totally cover, I find it's more efficient just to kind of come over on it with the tape a wee bit. It's still not overhanging, but we don't have to come back and touch it up. And you're not going to see it through the glass. That's the issue. Like walking around the table or like trying to read it. Kind of where you're back. You'll find that you might have trouble getting your tape straight the first time you do this. But it's important that it is straight. You'll be able to see it, most likely. That's kind of why I do this with both hands here. Like if I'm kind of going like this and I'm all veered off, you can just kind of stick it up before you really press down on it. Just gonna touch this little spot up just because it might be seen through the glass if it's clear. Look for Novatech Verso design. So I'm just looking up the green copy here, and this will actually tell you the location of the glass. Three. Okay, this glass. We'll go over there and look. This is the one we want. This is actually pretty darn clean, but sometimes they come with just butyl and kind of all over them, but you just kind of run your blade along, take off any high spots that might affect how it sits on the tape. And then I kind of just wipe edges. You don't want any, something like that, I would just kind of scrape off. Just real quick, nothing too crazy. You don't have to be OCD. Rub the dust off. So you notice how this side's acid etch. Like you can see it's right on the outside. And then if you come to this side, it's clear through here, and you can see that the acid etch, that other pane glass. You want this side, acid etch always goes to the outside, unless the order form says different. This is our outside, the glass. If it's designed like this, you might have to figure out what's top and bottom, but these are basically symmetrical. So, in that case, what's the sticker? You want that sticker put towards the bottom. And that's our bottom now. And move on to prep our bottom. You basically do this in 2 stages. One, putting the glass frame on the glass, and then putting the door panel on the glass frame. I just caulk it all at once, right? And then I just makes it more efficient. What you want to do is, I kind of do like a backbeat, like an L across this whole thing, but then I swipe across that seam. You want that seam filled. This outside, you want to make sure that you really don't have a lot. Just squeeze that on the panel maybe. And what you do is also I don't mind putting a lot or a fair bit in there, because I kind of pull it back when I'm Windex, which you'll see. Just spray Windex on your finger. And you're just doing this so that the glass or the panel doesn't stick right away. And it gives you a chance to work with it a wee bit. And this stage, like I use to kind of pull this caulking back too, so that I know that everything's sealed up, but we're not going to get a lot of squeeze in. I'm just doing this whole inside one first, just for the glass. I'll install the glass first and then the panel after. Alright, grab the glass frame. Set it on. Because we Windexed it, we got movement. You can see like there's not a lot. So what I end up doing, you can double check this with the tape measure as well, but I just end up centering it. The top, bottom centered now. And then the sides are centered. I just felt that it was like just short of a 1/4 inch this way, so I kind of made it an 1/8 inch to the side. Okay, pour your tape, which will stick the tape to the glass frame. Press it all down so that it sticks pretty good. And then we'll go back up to start. Just how we started. You can make it hard to reach underneath and grab these things if the 2x4 is right here. So I will just move them kind of out of the way so that I can reach under and grab it. I always bring it over and double check the order form before I lay it one more time. So for this, it's a left-hand in-swing, which means if we're looking at it from the outside, which is this black side, that the hinges should be on the left, which they are. And because it's an in-swing, the knuckles of the hinges slide my tape measure underneath. And what I'm doing, essentially, and you want to do this before your Windex dries. What I'm doing is butting the tape measure on underneath to check that the glass frame is all the same all the way around. So this way, this is the same as this. This is the same as this. This is the same as down there. And these are the same too, pretty close. You gotta be careful too. Your tape measures are sharp on paint. So if you're just sliding that along the panel too, you can scratch it or mar it. So I just kind of will put my hand under to double check. So we got 4 1/4, 4 1/4. And then what you want to do is reach under and grab those little tabs that are hanging out. Sometimes they can be a little hard to grab. It's actually easier to do this on sawhorses that you can reach right under, that the table's not in the way. You want to just pull these out gently so you don't rip this paint. You can lift up on it too, you just gotta grab the glass frame so it doesn't just drop out. This is the hardest one because you can't really get at it too well. But I'm just gonna lift the whole thing. Dust off that where the glass frame's gonna belong so there's not dust behind. So I just kind of put it in the corner and I slowly open this up as I'm pushing to find the right flow that I want. For me, for speed and everything else. I try to keep it, the foam layer, based under this pane of glass, this top pane of glass. So like an 1/8 to 1/4 inch under this level here. And then I can increase it for speed as I go, the more comfortable I get. Now I'm going to show right here what to do if you get too much foam in there, okay? So I'm going to fill this up. So now this is like overhanging, okay? Grab any little piece of scrap or something out of the garbage or wherever. These hinge shims work pretty good, but we use them, so don't use them if you have to. But I just use this to scoop this foam in. You want to be very gentle that it doesn't just flop over onto the panel or anything or back on the glass because this stuff is super sticky. Glass frame on top. Okay. These are just the screw caps. So I'll peel those off. I keep my hand on the glass frame. See how you just pulled up and the frame pulled up? That foam can come out and then go on the panel then too. So you just want to keep that glass frame pressed down. I just gently set it on the something like this glass frame all sandwiched together. It's pretty thick. So you want some longer screws. And this is something that we haven't quite got a handle on over here. This is all the screws for glass frames and stuff. This is the one box I'm looking for. As you can tell, some of these are different sizes. These little ones won't reach the other side to pull the glass frames together, sliding in steel. So I'll grab these long ones. Just tack into these and start watching what the grab. But you'll find out pretty quick if you got the wrong ones. These glass frames can be off, like they can be offset sometimes too, just by the way you set it in or something. So I start and I do my corners first just to make sure that everything's lined up. We'll start here. There, went into that groove on the other side, and you'll see this sink down. You'll see the movement and the way it feels too. I put all the corners in first just to see how everything fits. So I'm just pressing the corners in everywhere. This one might need to get cut down, like it looks like it's quite big. And you can double check that by push this down. It's not going to sit flat. It's going to look like shit. We're going to take that down. Use the diamond blade. Cut this, it wants to flex. See that flex? You just want to do it real slow. So that one's better. These look the same. I start in the center. I push the big one through first. This just helps cinch those corners up here this way. Okay, so we're doing a wood grain PVC glass install. You got the 1/2. The paint never sticks to this rubber gasket very well, so I just cut it off and I re-glaze it. They actually have a pointy end on them. Most glass installs use the flat end ones. We will check this. So these are about 2 inches. And I mean, it's kind of a weird double check, but you can do this among all aspects of shop life. Is like you can double check the depth to make sure that you're not going to go all the way through too. It's not a bad thing. I'm just kind of eyeballing the top of the screw head up with this glass frame, making sure that these are all Phillips head. So now we're just going to start. And I'm driving them in just under flush with this framing. I'll show you. Right there. There are a few flat bottom ones over there. And they will work. They just don't bite as quickly.